So this is the new episode that I will try to make over time. So it's more focused on philosophy and also the way I perceive the world, right? Like after the stuff that I've learned so far from my friends, from books, from my parents and teachers. And today's topic is about like you and your skill and the war of art, right? So if you're watching this video and you're broke, I hope that's not the case. But people say the economy is bad. There's I think like a lot of them can be true, but a lot of them might also just be bullshit, I think. And we're broke. And chances are you might be thinking like, what does this video have to do with that question, right? And the thing is, the system that we're all in, this machine where we're creating value, it's not about how hard you're working, first of all. It's about how irreplaceable you are in a field that is very in demand. Let's say AI, and also the other skill that I will be talking about in this chapter is specific skills that Naval Ravikant said in his podcast. And if there is a specific skill, like let's say Ronaldo, he just needs to wear like a pair of like soccer boots, and he just need to play for an hour, and he can play your lifetime salary, right? It's because like his skill is so irreplaceable, and it's super rare, and this makes him one of the highest paid or like the richest athlete of all time. And now we gotta dive deeper in what is specific knowledge, and these are the knowledge that are developed by yourself over time. And the brutal truth is that if you're going to college and getting a lecture, chances are that skill is pretty replaceable. That means like your manager just needs to go on the internet, type a bit of stuff, and the next day this person arrives and your manager says like you've been replaced. So you might be earning a decent amount of salary, but the truth is you are not at the scale of like where Ronaldo is right now, right? Because maybe you're not that replaceable in that sense, but now we are seeing a bit of the maths, right? So moving forward, right? If some back to the topic of the skill, if somebody can teach us you, then it is not a specific knowledge. And the most important thing to a specific knowledge is the fact that you are actually developing yourself. And the way I would say this is people like Power Lucky, nobody actually teach him or taught him how to make that VR glasses. And I would also include people like Thomas Alva Edison, the Wright brothers. If you look at these pioneers, these are the people who are just playing with some like theories inside of their head, and they're trying to make it into like a real product. And the fact is that nobody taught them, but I bet some one way or another, these are the stuff that are literally looks like play to them, and for people like us or like other people in general, it's like work. So if they can like play, but it's like works to other people, then this is the type of skill where they know like very specific stuff, and when the world needs this specific skill, they know who to find, and it might only be like one person, which is like back to the Ronaldo point of view, right? Like that's why these people like got like super rich. Maybe the Wright brothers not, because they don't quite package it into like a product. But the main idea is that you have something where everybody knows that you are the person to talk to for this very specific topic that you have been developed over time, and it looks like play to you, but work for other people. So I need to cut the video because I just had like very bad nosebleed. But anyways, the like a quote that kind of sticks in my head all this time is actually a quote from my teacher, where he said like one of the best investment you can make is actually developing the skill, or even like learning a skill, right? And the reason behind it is actually because these skills cannot be taken away from you. And if you think about it, something that can compound over a period of time and cannot be taken away from you, those make a lot of sense to double down, in my opinion. Because if you think about like how Charlie Munger says like how his thoughts are is always about compounding, and he said like the first rule of compounding is actually do not disturb the compounding. And besides that, all this like skill topic, like I actually did the War of Art. I did wrote the War of Art in the title, and the reason is because I think sometimes a lot of us we do have the motivation to want to develop a skill, but clearly we just felt like there is this word that is keeping us to strive towards the end goal. And obviously, we all know there are like a lot of, you know, there are like these forces that kept us from getting to what we really want in life. And these are some things like family obligations, self-doubt, fake urgent texts. And if, like if we really think about it, if we can just put in like 1 minute time, like this 1 minute rule, like the Japanese developed, we can do a lot in life. Because if you actually just do like 1 minute of push-up per day over, like a year, that's like a lot of push-ups. But obviously, the reason why you want to add that 1 minute rule is because obviously you won't do like 1 minute of push-up, because that's like, that doesn't make sense. The whole idea behind it is to get you inside the flow. And once you're in the flow, you can start to compound, right? The skills that we talk about. And that means we are actually, like we can actually keep compounding the skill. And depending on the situation, and if you can seek more opportunities, right, in the long run, it doesn't matter. You might find there's like a very high chance that you can find something that pays out really well. And yeah, that's it for today's video. The most important lesson is that you want to keep compounding your skills, and also try to seek, try out different stuff. If you're like super young, especially, try out like different stuff, know what works and what doesn't for you. And nobody's gonna hold your hand and teach you. You need to figure it out yourself. I know it's hard, but that's the whole point. Thank you for watching my video. Like and subscribe.